All right. Cameras are rolling. Not literally. It's a black screen.
Lights, camera, action! Hi. Hello, welcome to episode 9 of the podcast. I don't sound as excited as last time because we're not talking about horrible messed up stuff today, so I can go back to sounding depressed.
Oh my.
Anyway, Boss Man Finn is the beautiful, sexy Chad. The other one.
Yo, that's me. The beautiful,
Yeah.
sexy Chad.
Exactly. I'm Shan. Yeah.
The guy who sometimes gives topics, but it's usually only once per every other podcast. Shan, is this the every other podcast time? Do you have a topic?
I actually do not. Although I gave a topic last time, so.
True. All right. Well, I'll do the work
I guess
as always.
technically, I I gave 2 topics last time.
I guess you did the most of the talking for the first topic, so I guess yeah.
Yeah. And also, I'm the reason you even knew all this stuff was going on, so.
True.
I'll yeet a frog at Shan if needed. Why? Do I get to keep it? Is it a pet?
I think, speaking of eating frogs, let's go to the first topic that I just came up with on the spot.
I don't like this.
So, I didn't know what animal rights were when I was younger.
I don't like where this is going.
So, Shane, I've already told you the story of me sticking like a stick through a toad, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So this one's might be a little bit worse than that. Also, I'm not elaborating on that story because, yeah, no, I think it's self-explanatory. For those of you who haven't heard it. Anyways, so I want to say I was like 12. I should have known younger at that point, but I lacked any sort of social awareness or social skills or mental age until I was like 14, 15. Probably 15. And even then, I kind of faked half of it. But moving along. I didn't know any better. I should have known better, but Shane, you know how it be.
Yeah, I gotcha. Some things you just don't think about.
Yeah. It didn't help that I had no friends, so I didn't know what... I didn't know what right from wrong was, and like I said, until I was like maybe 15, 16. Which is not good, but... Like,
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you just... Most of the things we learn, like, not to do are from, like, being social, right? You learn from experience. But if you just don't really have friends, or, you know, the friends...
Or if your friends aren't great.
Or, you know, in my case, if the friends last not very long at all.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really have any social skills or social awareness, or, yeah. And it didn't help that I was... visibly autistic. So, yeah. I thought of a great idea of hooking a frog. Like with a fishing line. Like hooking a frog to the other end. And just absolutely casting the fuck out. And holy crap. Let me tell you. That was a big splash.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't like one of those like tiny little frogs. It was like a bullfrog. I didn't say I ate a frog. I said I cast it.
Yeah, he
Like
used
on a
it
fishing
as, like,
line.
bait on a fishing rod.
Yeah, except I wasn't actually using it as bait.
Yeah, except it wasn't bait.
It would probably be a lot more socially acceptable if I was.
Yeah, that would be a bit better.
Yeah, no, I was, I had, like, serial killer vibes as a kid. I did not treat animals nicely.
That's wonderful.
It's not wonderful.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it in a good way.
Ate unseasoned crab alive. That is something.
Ew.
I
I feel like that would just
feel like they would break
have
your
the
teeth.
biggest crunch.
But yeah, no, it was not good. I don't I don't know. I'm pretty sure those things died.
I would imagine.
I,
Poor frog.
I just did not have good experiences with animals when I was younger. Even though I tried to be caring, like I tried to take care of a baby bird that got abandoned. It died overnight. It froze to death.
I did not need to see a woman eating a frog. Okay.
Yeah. But that aside,
Yeah.
yeah, man, a lot of the thing I just came up with on the spot was not good. The rest of these are also just like me basically like outing myself for just stupid stuff and when I was in elementary
Is
middle
this
school.
the reasons we should get canceled episode or
Well,
something?
no, it's just like it's not reason we should be canceled. It's not like I like admitting to like a crime or anything or something that's like super. I mean, I guess you can cancel for like animal abuse, but I don't think.
Yeah,
I think me explaining myself covers my own ass on that.
I agree with you. I still
But
feel
the
horrible
next
for
part,
the
maybe
frog,
not.
though. Oh no. Okay, what is it?
Okay. Actually, I'll go with this one first. This is the least bad one. I used to have, when I was younger, this was like elementary school, so, and I think a lot of kids had this issue, is, especially ones, you know, that just, again, didn't have any real social skills or didn't know really how to respect other people well, because no one really respected them. I used to have an issue with like stealing things in elementary school.
Gotcha.
I feel like that happened to a lot of kids though. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
I,
wrong.
I never I never really stole anything unless it was on accident.
Yeah, no,
I'm sure I've told you about the time I accidentally stole the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid book.
you did tell me that was a long time ago, but yes, I do
It was
remember.
just because I was reading it the whole time and I forgot to pay for it. Just walked out of the store because I was reading it. Just totally forgot.
I just read chat. Hey guys, welcome to Podcast 10. Today we try to get canceled.
Oh God, no
I think
thanks.
that's actually Podcast 9. Yeah, well, actually, you put
This
it at
is
Podcast 9.
Yeah, this is number 9.
Yeah, you remember, Chan. Good job. Even though you just looked it
Yay.
up.
I actually did remember just because last episode's painfulness.
Fair enough. Man, we already done 10 of this garbage.
It's been 10 weeks.
Well,
Wow.
or not 10 of this garbage, but next time it'll be 10.
Yeah.
Anyways. But yeah, when I was younger, I don't know, I just had this issue, and I feel like that happened to a lot of kids where they just didn't know any better. Like, they did it once by accident, and then, like, got into a habit of it. Because
Yeah, no,
they just kind of...
I've never purposefully. Actually, there's one thing I kind of purposefully stole. But look, I had good reason, okay?
Okay.
So back in elementary school, there was the after school thing, right? And I had to be there sometimes because,
Yeah.
you know, my mom worked there. And they had a big box of Legos, okay? I'm sure you can see where this is going. They had one of the like 1980 figures, okay? You could
Uh-huh.
tell it was old just because you couldn't even move the arms, and I'm like, oh my god, nobody realizes this amazing relic they have here. No one will notice if I take it, right?
Fair enough, man.
Like, I shouldn't have done it, but I think I had a decent reason.
Yeah,
But I think that's the only time I've ever stolen on purpose.
that's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just like I said, part of Not only, not having any social skills or being socially unaware, but also, autism. Is you don't really, especially when you're younger, you don't really think about the people around you and how you affect anyone other than yourself. So that was my issue with a lot of these things, I'm gonna admit. I didn't think about like the how it affected anyone else or like the repercussions of it, because haha, me only understand me because autism brain be whack.
Yeah. Anytime I've done something bad, it was either on accident or I didn't know it was bad.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of these things I knew were bad. I just didn't have the capacity to like. I don't know how to put it. It's like I knew they were bad, but I didn't think it was a big deal.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I didn't really understand right from
Well,
wrong. Like I knew some things were bad, but I didn't think it mattered because I was only thinking about me. I don't know.
fair
It's
enough.
hard to
Also,
explain.
just like when there's other people who do the same things or worse stuff, you're kind of just like, I don't think there's
Yeah.
something wrong with what I'm doing here.
Yeah, no, I didn't have the. I don't think my brain had the capacity to process morality when I was younger.
Yeah,
It was more of just do whatever I feel like do what makes me feel good. And
I
yeah.
I still cared about other people, but clearly I did stuff that I didn't understand was not great to them. Like just this is the dumbest example I can think of, but like I love to sing. You know this, right? And
Yes.
it's become obvious that I sing when I'm anxious more than any other time. And uh I would just sing all the time in class basically. And it annoyed so many of the kids, and that's probably why most of them ended up hating me, but
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I've never actually met I never actually met someone who just like sings other than you, Shan. Like before you. I obviously after I met you there are other people who just randomly sing. I don't even know now, but like I don't know. It's just not I guess it's just not a thing that I've just experienced. Like I just don't know anyone who just like sings like openly.
yeah, I don't know, man. I knew people who would sing out of nowhere. Not a lot, but
Yeah.
then again, I was in drama, and like most of the kids who did sing were in there as well. So maybe not the best comparison.
Fair enough. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but I'm just saying like I don't know why I got so bad to the point where I just didn't. I don't want to say I didn't care. It's just I didn't have any reason to like think this is wrong. I shouldn't do it. It was more like it got my brain went halfway and was like this is wrong, but it never processed the part of you shouldn't do it. I don't know why.
I don't know, man.
Isn't there a term for that? Like when you're like a brain doesn't like process, hey, I shouldn't do this.
I'm sure there is. I just don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Maybe someone in the chat would know, or maybe we'll just have to look it up.
But here, let me do a quick Google search here, Roo.
I was gonna say we're probably just gonna have to look it up.
I think this might be the right one, but yeah, okay. uh, I figured this was what the term would be.
What is it?
Sociopath.
Okay, I had a feel that was my first thought, but I didn't think that would really be it.
It's. I think it gets a bad rep because it sounds a lot like psychopath, But
Oh yeah, it does.
apparently it's short for antisocial personality disorder, and that makes total sense because I was very antisocial and it was a personality disorder basically.
I actually didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. But yeah, no, it makes sense because, like I said,
Oh frick, maybe I'm a sociopath.
oh, well, clearly not because you showed some form of empathy and.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, sorry, can't tell sometimes, Shan.
No, I didn't make it obvious. I was kidding.
But anyways, yeah,
That was
no.
that was that was on me. But
So now that we've got that out of the way, now to the thing I probably regret the most, especially since this wasn't like elementary school. This was middle school. In fact, it was one thing in particular at the end of middle school that I did that I just totally, totally regret, and I should have just not done it, and I don't know why I didn't think so.
gotcha.
So, you know, most kids when they reach the middle school age, they figure out about like no websites and discover all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And some are more don't just stop at no websites, right? And you know, fantasize about the people around them, maybe.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people do that.
Yeah. So, the one thing I regret that I all these stories I'm telling, by the way, these were when I was younger. I want to clarify, I did not have any social skills or social
In other words, do
awareness.
not cancel him.
Um,
But then again, at the same time, Twitter never cares about how old you were when you do something. So Still,
my
point is, don't cancel him. He's
my
different.
my brain built different. Autism is my excuse. but
Relatable.
but yeah, for lack of better words, I was a creep.
Oh boy.
You know
I can
how
only
like,
imagine what I was probably like to most people.
well, it wasn't like, like my mom just commented on my video. God dang it. It wasn't like, like, how like people probably called anyone who was different a creep. It wasn't like, I don't think anyone called me a creep. Maybe someone did once, but I'm saying I know I was a creep.
Gotcha.
So let's just say I sneakily took pictures of girls in my grade. It was one time. It wasn't like during a period of time. It was just like one night. Oh, it was at some like ceremony or whatever in middle school, 8th grade. And
Gotcha.
yeah, no, it was the fact. And then apparently someone saw me doing it. Not, it wasn't a girl, thank God, but there were a few people who knew about it because of that one person. I always denied it though. I never admitted to it because why would I?
I mean, that makes sense.
But ever since then, I just completely regretted it.
Yeah, I could imagine. That one that one is a lot worse than the ones you've mentioned before, honestly. But I've also taken pictures of people, not like that though. It was it was just like my friends. I'd take pictures of them without knowing and then send it to them and they'd be like, "What the frick are you doing? I look so dumb here." And I was like, "That's why I took the picture." And then they would do the same to me, so it was a mutual thing, but like I thought you were going to go somewhere along those lines.
Yeah, well, you see, Shane, I didn't really have friends to take pictures. No, but
Fair enough.
yeah, no,
I
it
th The
was.
difference between what I did and what you did is that the people I did it to, I was friends with.
Yeah, and they didn't care.
Yeah, it was the whole joke thing we would do.
Yeah, no,
I think I actually still have some of the funniest ones.
I just don't, I,
Plus, also, they'd steal my phone and take stupid pictures of themselves too, so it didn't matter.
fair enough. I, yeah, no, like I said, I didn't really gain any mental age from like the age of like 5 to 15. I stayed in like basically this like little kid like state, but with like the knowledge of like a middle schooler. That's a bad combo.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how I've mentally aged. I feel like over the past year, it's probably been a lot more than any other time in my life.
Yeah, I feel that. Ever since I downloaded Discord, I feel like I've been just trying to like catch up mentally. Um Even last year, there was just still some things that I just like I should have been able to understand, comprehend, or act based on how old I was, but I just couldn't because I've been ever since I was like 15 just been trying to. It's like kind of when I finally realized like it's like I was in this little bubble until I was 15 and only like witnessing my own perspective of the world, not thinking about anyone else. And then it's like the bubble just popped when I was 15 and like actually got friends who weren't just, kind of like fake.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized the world around me. I was like, oh, frick, I need to catch up.
I feel like I reversed. I feel like I was fine until, the end of 2019, and then after that, I kind of just didn't think at all.
Yeah. Well, I think in the past year and a half, you've started going back up again and like realizing, oh, frick, I need to think.
Yeah. I just wish I didn't go down in the first place.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Some kid at my school dead ass threatened a faculty member with a heavy ass wooden chair holding the air one handed. Yeah, I told a story on the podcast about a kid who threatened, or not threatened, but like threw a chair at a teacher. So
I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast before, but I feel like I told this story to you before, Finn.
maybe.
Um, one day at school we had a lockdown because somebody threatened the school, and we were like, oh, what the heck is happening, right? But like, it turns out one of the kids just kind of had a mental breakdown and got really mad and was like, oh, blow up the school, and then he tried to hang himself in the bathroom with toilet paper.
I don't go to work, chief. You're gonna need like
Yeah,
50
like,
ply.
yeah, like, the rest of that is not very funny, but I just can't imagine how someone thought using toilet paper would work. And like,
Yeah.
I'd be inclined to believe like, oh, it's probably just some stupid rumor people came up with. But that bathroom was like off limits for like a month.
Yeah, who knows? Uh,
It still could have just been a stupid rumor, but
yeah.
either way, I can't believe it.
Yeah. I I actually do think. Oh, that's right. I had totally forgotten about this. Okay. I'm not. I swear, all my stories, all the craziest ones happened when I was 15, and that 1 year of high school I was at public school for. So there was this kid who got expelled. I think he for like having weed or something, or he brought like a knife to school, something like that. It was something stupid. He got I think it was expelled or something. But I think he threatened to like shoot up the school or something on like a certain date, and no one took it seriously until like the next day. or the next day. The day of it happening. That it was, and everyone was like, "Oh, are you?" Everyone was joking around the day before, like, "Oh, are you coming to school tomorrow?" Um, I realized I forgot. I made a joke about it. It is so bad looking back. If it would turned out to happen, God, that would be so bad. I could have been in juvenile detention for making a joke.
Oh no, why?
I joked that I was gonna be the getaway driver. It's not a good
Oh
thing.
my god.
It was a joke between me and my friend Lex. Obviously, it was funny when you're like 15, but looking back, if that actually happened, I could have been in serious trouble.
Yeah, if it actually happened, it wouldn't be funny. But
Obviously, there would be no evidence other than just me saying it, and yeah, but I probably would have been fine. But it would have been
yeah, you
a
probably
whole,
would have been
would have been a
fine.
bad experience anyways.
Unless like the cameras had a recording of you saying it, but
Yeah, well, I don't think there
I doubt
was.
it.
I don't think there was cameras in the classrooms. It was just like in the hallways.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no. Looking back, that was stupid on my part. Thankfully, it didn't happen. Obviously, otherwise I would have obviously told you that story already, like 2 years ago, if something like that actually happened to me. But
Yeah.
yeah, it. I think he did actually end up getting like arrested, but I don't know if he was actually gonna do it or not. Nothing was really confirmed.
Gotcha.
I all I know is he came back to school like 6 months later, towards the end of the last semester, and I don't think
Yeah.
anyone. I think everyone kind of tried to stay away from him.
Yeah. Well, you know the craziest thing that happened at my school, and
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not gonna talk about that on
Yeah, I was
here
gonna
just
say it
because.
was like probably not the best thing to talk about.
Yeah, no, it's just that's like the one really crazy thing that happened at our school, and yeah, that was bad. So,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
yeah,
Very very bad.
yep.
Um, yeah, I can't think of anything else happening that was like really crazy. I know one guy got like suspended for having weed, but that's about it.
My friend from elementary school, when we got to middle school, he became like big drug man. He the one day he brought like a big bag was the day that they were doing checks in everyone's bags and stuff.
Oh, Big L.
He got in trouble for that. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't even just like, teachers looking through the bags. It was they had the police dogs and stuff sniffing bags and everything, like
yeah. My my school for didn't around here it's not a bigger problem as it was with your school. Apparently, than people used to go to school with like half of them did weed, but
it was more than half, honestly.
uh, but
I'd say it was like 85%.
we didn't have like bag checks or anything like that. It was, but I do remember there was one time where there was just an obvious like smell of like weed, and like I walked down the hall to go to my locker. I was late to school. I was like, I'm supposed to get a skunk in here, and I was like, that's not a skunk, is it?
Ah, I don't think I've ever actually. I mean, I might have smelled it once. But
um,
the only time I think
as
I might have smelled it.
as you know with my stories about my past friends, I know what that smells like.
Yeah, like I mean, some of my friends did it around me, but like I didn't smell anything during those times. The only time I think I might have smelled it was when like all the girls were doing it in the locker room in PE.
Bitches be crazy.
It was it was they just did that, came out, every acting totally normal, and the PE teacher just walked by the locker room and was like, "Which one of you is doing it? Who's smoking that dank, huh?"
Good God.
And people were like, "How do you know what it smells like?" He just wouldn't respond, but
I feel like probably just working there, he would know.
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if he also went there, he probably did it at some point too.
Maybe. Yeah. But yeah, I walked down that hall, and I'm pretty sure like later that day, like the police came and like did a search and found it, and that's why that kid got I don't think it was. It might have been expelled. I think it was just suspended though, because it was just weed. It wasn't like he had like meth on him. If he had meth, he'd probably be fucking expelled instantly.
I just, I couldn't imagine having anything like that on me ever, but especially like, why would you bring it to school?
Yeah, no. If you're bringing it to school, like, you're
You're
stupid
just
enough if you're
asking for
doing
it.
it already. But if you're stupid enough to bring it to school, you're just asking for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just don't get it, but whatever. It's their lives, not mine.
Yeah. You can just hope they don't continue down the path they were already on and are hopefully better by now.
Yeah. Or at least they will be at some point.
Yeah. Well, thing is,
I mean, it's not like they can get in trouble for it anymore because it's legal now.
oh, where you live, it's legal?
Yeah. Then I think it was done like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know like a year or two ago it was legalized in a lot of states. It's still not here, but or at least I
Yeah.
think it's not. It might have been. I don't know.
I could look it up.
I don't think it is here. I think it is in like Michigan or Illinois. States with legal.
Nope. Yeah, no. Still not. Yeah. Not legal for you guys.
I'm looking at a map. What is here?
What
wait.
states is it legal in?
Wait, it showed a map on the little thing on the side. Why didn't it actually show a map on the link?
Connecticut, New Mexico, New York, Virginia,
is.
Arizona, Montana, New Jersey, Vermont, Illinois.
I was right. Both freaking Illinois and Michigan have it completely legalized.
California.
Oh, of course,
Maine,
California.
Massachusetts.
California and Nevada is just obvious. And even if it wasn't legalized, it would be just everywhere anyway. It's California and Nevada.
Yeah.
Well, Vegas and LA. Like, everyone's doing it in there,
Yeah. And obviously, we knew Alaska.
We did? I didn't know that.
Oh. Well, I don't know if I should mention it here, so I'll just message you.
Okay. I don't think I want to ask.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, knew that. Knew Colorado, obviously. Washington. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know that one, but whatever.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah,
I hope people don't have to rely on that to feel great. So.
Yeah. But anyways,
Sometimes I do wonder though. Would I feel good?
don't you
But
dare.
would it be worth it?
I would call you
would
retarded for
not
the rest
be.
of your life, even though I already do that.
Oh,
anyways.
I would hope you would.
But I would mean it.
Yeah, I would hope you would.
I would be if I knew you or anyone I really knew well did that, I would be heavily disappointed.
Yeah, I'd only ever use it if it was like prescribed, a prescription.
On to a
Would just-
random topic that I had, because I didn't know about this. So you know how like a while back, like everyone was talking about, oh, Happy Birthday is copyrighted.
Yeah.
Apparently in 2017, it was made public domain. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought to this day it was still copyrighted. I did not know in 2017 it was made public domain.
Yeah, I didn't know it was in 2017, but I do know people were like, oh, in a few years it won't be anymore.
Gotcha. That's nuts.
But they were also like, it wouldn't be surprising if they somehow renewed the copyright.
I don't think you can. I mean, people can probably find a way around it, but I don't think.
Oh, Disney can.
Yeah, well, I
Disney's
think
gotten around their copyright a good amount of times.
true, but I think a judge like actually like physically ruled it like it's public domain now. You can't renew it or something. Something like that happened. I just know a
I hope
judge.
so.
I just know it was a judge who said it's public domain now. You cannot copyright it.
I just, it's, it would be insane if it wasn't.
Because I know Warner, whatever it was some like a subgroup of Warner Brothers. I know they had original copyright for it, and I think they tried to copyright. They might have like tried to copyright it again after it ran out, and the judge was like, "No,
Oh, that's good.
it's public domain." I think that is the most common sense thing. It should be public domain.
I mean, with how many people use it, definitely.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just like recording a video or something? It's like your friend's birthday and you sing the song, and then just like
It's channel
boom,
strike.
copyright strike.
Yeah. Not even copyright claim, freaking strike. I would just quit YouTube at that. Not really, but get my point.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you, man.
Like, it's not anything anyone would think about. There's so many things that would be so dumb if they were copyrighted. I'm glad it's just narrowed basically down to, like, songs and, like, you know, like, clips from, like, movies or anime. Even then, it's stupid, but, you know, like, imagine if, like, sound effects, like, if you were playing a video game and, like, some of the sound effects were, like, copyrighted.
How would it be
How many-
stupid?
Yeah. I remember the YouTubers I were watching were joking about that. Like this shotgun sound effect was claimed for this 1 second in the video, and then they made an effed up joke about it that I won't say. But
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, it would suck if just that would happen. I feel like it would like make so many game developers like lose money because, you know, I feel like a lot of games they're only popular because like YouTubers make them popular. Like that's why FNAF was made popular. It's because freaking Markiplier played it.
Yeah.
If he didn't play it,
Scott
it would not be mainstream.
Retired. I mean, he is retired, but he would have retired like instantly.
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
YouTubers,
there's other
for the
YouTubers
most
who
part,
played it that were decently popular. Like Corey played it before Markiplier, I'm pretty sure, but still, it wouldn't be as big.
Yeah, I mean, even now, I don't think Corey's that mainstream of a YouTuber. He is a lot more than
Yeah,
he was
no.
probably like 6 years ago, but I forget he exists most of the time.
I do too, but to be fair, I forget most YouTubers exist.
Yeah. But, yeah, I feel like other than, like, you know, things, like, that were already popular for the past, like, forever, like, GTA and Call of Duty, you know, I feel like a lot of YouTubers and, like, Twitch streamers, especially YouTubers, make games popular. Like, I don't...
There's it, Vanoss.
I don't know. I've never watched a Vanoss video in my life, so I couldn't tell you. I just know he does a lot
Man,
of
that's too
Gmod.
bad. Yeah, no, he's like the only person I see who still makes GTA videos that actually do well.
I see. The YouTubers I watch...
Not that I really watch GTA videos, it's just like, you know, I've...
Gotcha. The YouTubers I watch play GTA every so often. They do as well as all their other videos, so...
Gotcha.
Still profitable, I guess.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I feel like it would include, you know, I feel like people, even if, like, sound effects were copyrighted, I feel like game developers would, like, actively try to not do it, because then they would be like, oh, frick, all the people who are, you know, a lot of our sales are going to be because of YouTubers, right? And they would try to avoid, you know, screwing up with copyright.
Yeah. Do you remember, wasn't it the ending song in FNAF 4 ended up copyrighted?
Oh, yeah, it would sometimes get copyrighted. I don't think it was like actually like
It was false claims, I'm pretty sure, but
yeah, because I remember Redemption Part 8 had it and didn't get claimed, but the movie got claimed for it.
yeah. It shouldn't have been like that because, Scott paid to use it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Also, isn't that why some people didn't want to play Cyberpunk? Because, like, it had copyrighted music in it?
Yeah. Although I do think there was. Although I think, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think it had like a YouTuber mode, like, that plays like a copyright-free soundtrack.
Gotcha. If so, that's a good thing.
I know a lot of games who do have like copyrighted music. They also have like a YouTuber mode. I don't know if you ever heard of the game Party Hard, but I just know the game because Jacksepticeye played it in my funny game. But it had like a YouTuber mode where you could turn on just copyright-free songs.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've never heard of it. But that's cool. It's nice that they are considerate for that.
Yeah. I I absolutely adore small game dev groups. Like
Well, it's
especially
because they're doing it out of care, not for money.
yeah, exactly. Freaking screw EA and all those people.
Rockstar, EA,
I don't
Blizzard.
know Rockstar. Oh, Blizzard, I know,
Rockst-
because they're Overwatch
Rockstar
people.
is the one that made Grand Theft Auto.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know Blizzard because they're the Overwatch people. I don't know if they've done anything else. I just know they're the Overwatch people.
That's all I know them for.
But yeah, they're just doing it for all the money. But like freaking obviously we're gonna sound like Scott, obviously, but that's the obvious one. Everyone knows about Scott. But like
Yeah.
Unknown Worlds, they're the people who made Subnautica, my like favorite game like ever, basically. They are like
Yeah.
the nicest people ever. They're like you can just tell they love what they're doing and they care about what they're doing. Because I remember,
Yeah, another one I have is the developers of Terraria. I don't know their name, but I know they're cool.
but yeah, like I don't know. I remember they just I don't even know, man. I remember Jacksepticeye would like try to like talk to them and help them out with their game, and they actually like listened to like everything he said, and like
Yeah.
he helped like get rid of like a lot of their bugs, and they'd actually like watch his videos, see okay, there's a bug here, there's a glitch here. But and then they at the end of their credits for I think both of their games, they had like a thanks to like a whole list of YouTubers. It was just really nice. They were just really like genuine people, and you love to see that in the gaming world, especially when there's like a lot of game developers who just don't listen at all and are just doing it for money.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering this right. The creators of Sarah's Missing in Simulacra. I don't remember their name, but
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was them. Would see them commenting on videos talking about the game and like thanks for the feedback. You're right. This wasn't the greatest in this part. Blah blah blah. We'll try to fix it for the next game we do. It was just nice to see.
that's good. Yeah, I love small like dev teams for like all the indie games. They're just such like for the most part they're just such like good people because they don't
Yeah.
have big egos. They're not trying to like take all your money. Most of them probably aren't expecting to get a lot of money in the first place. They're just doing this for fun. Yeah.
Exactly.
You'll love to see it.
This is slightly off topic, but somewhat related. Like, even though not all FNAF fan games are good, I still respect anyone who puts in the time to make it just because
Yeah.
it's out of pure passion. They don't expect anything from it, like
Yeah.
respect.
Other than the ones
I tried
that,
to make a FNAF fan game once, and I just did not have the patience for that.
yeah, you gave up very quickly.
I gave up very quickly.
Yeah. I forget that even happened like 99% of the time because it was just such a short period of time. And you
Yeah.
made like no progress on it other than like a few sprites.
Oh, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the ones I made.
Oh, before me?
a long time. Yeah, before you,
Okay, yeah.
because I had
I
made
was
a
thinking
few
of the one
games
where,
before
like,
that.
Oblivion was, like, the main villain. And I was, like,
Yeah, no, that
there's...
one, that one, I don't particularly remember why that one didn't happen, but I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Yeah. And I think I had mentioned before, I wouldn't mind going back to it someday, maybe if I had the time and just alter it so that it it works the way that we would want it to.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I talked about this on another podcast, but I do plan on making a visual novel game for probably Realm of the Forgotten at some point. Probably in like a year or two, maybe.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever be someone who really makes games, but I hope at some point in my life I make one complete RPG game because I love RPGs.
I
So,
see. Yeah. Um, yeah, I've thought about it ever since I made the concept of Realm of Forgotten. I was like, it'd be cool to make just a visual novel game because visual novel games are so easy. The hardest part is writing all the text.
yeah, and making sure the choices affect the endings correctly.
Yeah, I definitely need help with making it, but I feel like I could do most of the work. It would just be like the coding part I'd need help with probably for.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you could find easy tutorials for that
Yeah.
stuff, so.
But obviously, like the visuals, super easy. The text, I obviously I'd figure that out on my own. It's just like writing a script basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd
Just
be as fun.
having to write it multiple times.
Depends. I feel like most visual novel games, most of the dialogue is more or less the same. No matter what you do, it's just like slightly. Oh, it depends. Depends on the type of game. It
It
depends
does.
because if we're talking about something like Find Love or Die Trying, where there's like the paths aren't like you choose to be this or that. It's more of just like you choose different characters. That's
Yeah.
that's a lot more writing. But if it's just like um Doki Doki Literature Club, you're like choosing like to be this way or that way, and it really doesn't affect the ending. It's just gonna end the same
Yeah.
either way.
It just depends on how you plan the ending to be.
Yeah. But yeah, it's something I want to do at some point. I like, you know, visual novel games are probably like the games I play the least, but I still enjoy recording a good visual novel game, and I feel like people will enjoy, the people who enjoy Realm of Forgotten would enjoy playing it.
Yeah. I remember you were surprised when I told you my favorite is probably RPGs. Just because I
I
don't play that many.
I don't even remember that, although I do remember having to talk about like favorite games.
Yeah, you were
What
like,
did
"What's
I
your
say?
favorite genre?" And I'm like, I
I
don't know. It's probably RPG."
didn't I say survival games?
I'm pretty sure you did, yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. The game I play the most is Minecraft, and
The gay,
the gay I play with the most.
gay man Finn.
No, the game I play the most is Minecraft, and the game I love the most is Subnautica. So I had to default to survival.
Yeah. Well, the game I play the most is also Minecraft, but my favorite game, Deltarune, and
Yeah.
just a lot of my favorite games are RPGs. You know,
Yeah. Other than
Deltarune, Undertale, the Mario and Luigi series.
I didn't even know you played any of those.
Ah, those are so good game. Those games are so good. I didn't English right there, but those are so good. I love those games to death.
Nice.
Especially Bowser's Inside Story. That is like the peak of Mario. It will never get better than that for me.
Yeah, I know Mario games were, well, like Sony, not Sony.
Nintendo.
Nintendo games in general, like a big part of a lot of people's childhood. I never had consoles, so I never got into them. The only ones I knew
Yeah.
about were Pokemon because I figured out about Pokemon not through the games, but through TV, watching them as a kid.
Yeah.
So I almost wish that was part of my childhood because I know it was part of a lot of other people's childhood, and it looked like it would be fun as a kid. I just couldn't because I didn't have consoles as a kid. So
Yeah, fair enough. You could have played Mario 3D Land. It's not an RPG, but it was still fun
Why do you say I could have played it?
because you have a 3DS.
Yeah, but I didn't get that till I was like 15.
Oh, never mind. I mean, you
Yeah,
still could have, but at that point, you probably
it
wouldn't
was
have
at that
even
point
thought about it.
that yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, I say like Bowser's Inside Story is the peak of Mario because like even though there's like Mario Odyssey, which is a really good game, it's just like Bowser's Inside Story literally has story in it, like
Yeah.
it actually gives character to the characters unlike the mainline games, and I appreciate it a lot for that.
Yeah. I really wish I like had the ability to play more games when I was younger. I've always wanted to play more because my scope of how many games I've played is much shorter, smaller than the amount of games you've played. The amount of games I like is also much smaller. And I know it's completely due to the fact that I just wasn't able to play a lot of games when I was younger. The only one I played was like Minecraft,
Yeah.
which good because it was a large part of my childhood, but bad because like there's so many other good games out there that I probably will never play, just because
Man,
I
I
would
can
never think to
imagine
play
there's
it.
probably a good amount of games out there that I might enjoy if I were to give it a chance, but I just don't think to.
Is there ever like a game you thought of you like, maybe I'll give it a chance, it might be fun?
Um, I think there was one because I was considering it maybe a few months ago, but I don't remember what it was now.
Gotcha. It's so hard for me to like. I've never recommended you a game because I don't. It's so the things you like are just so all over the place that I just don't know what you
That's
do
a
and
fact.
don't like because you like clearly you like RPG games. You like horror games. You like survival games. You like so many different things, but it's only like one or two games in each genre.
Yeah,
And it's like
yeah,
it's not like you like genres. Well, you do. Like obviously you're not gonna play like Call of Duty, but but like you don't like focus on like a genre of games you like. You more like have just these set games you just really like, and
yeah. That's a good way to describe me, pretty much. I
yeah,
could probably enjoy any genre just if the game itself is something I would like.
yeah, that's fair. The one genre I feel like if I ever recommended you a game, I wouldn't be like too worried about is like horror because I feel like you've the games I've seen you play the most are like horror games.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, I was actually considering like what's it called? What was the video Corey got
Oh,
not demonetized, age restricted for?
frick, what's
The
the name of the?
mortuary assistant.
Yeah, that's the name of the game.
Yeah, I know that was a popular thing, and I was like, maybe I should play it. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know. That could just be like a complete flop. I'd rather just watch it. And I'm glad I watched it because even though I enjoyed it, I don't know if I'd really do
Yeah,
great at playing it.
I watched Jacksepticeye play it. He made like 3 videos on it. I watched him play it probably a month ago maybe.
I don't remember who I watched.
But yeah, it looks like it was a fun game to watch. Mostly like Bendy, like I talked about earlier. It's a fun game to watch. I just never play it. Same thing with like
Yeah.
Cuphead. That's a game I would never play in a million
Yep,
years, but it was fun to
I watched
watch.
Jack play it. I watched Jack play it.
Yo, yeah, it's a cool
Yeah.
game. It's just not something I particularly. I first of all, I feel like I'd fail at playing it.
Oh,
Um,
I definitely would fail at that one.
yeah.
That had a
Um,
lot of stuff going on that I would not have been able to keep
heck,
track of.
even the glitch attraction, I completed the game, but God, I don't feel like I'd be half as good at it if I didn't have you there, like telling me, okay, this, and this.
Yeah, I think if I wasn't there,
Because
you would have given up after the second level.
you know, I could. I'm such a 180. I'm either so great at a game or I'm just like don't know what I'm doing with a game. It's really weird because like I feel like most FNAF games I'm pretty bad at, but I was such a freaking Chad at Ultimate Custom Night. I'm pretty sure I got to like 9,500 as my high score. Um,
Gotcha.
it was either
I don't remember
9,600.
what the
But
points are, so I couldn't say anything on that. But yeah,
uh, that 9,600 would be like 23 or not 23 40. Well, there's 50 characters total, so it'd be like
yeah. There's 50.
it would have been like 48-20, so that's like two off of 50-20.
Gotcha.
So I was like freaking Chad at it. I was great at that game, but like something that's obviously seems a lot easier, like the glitch attraction. I was good at it, but I feel like if you weren't there, I would be like, bruh, 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 bruh.
You know how it took us, like, it took you all day, and I did it across 2 days, but it
Yeah,
was a long time for me too.
it
Probably like
was. I think
6 to 8 hours or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I only took like four hours to complete it.
Yeah, the people are speed running the game. You want to know? People have completed it in under 25 minutes.
How?
I could not do that.
I feel like that's a lot of luck, though. I feel like a lot of that game is like luck.
Yeah.
Like I can see like the first two levels being pretty easily speedrunnable, but even level two, there's a lot of luck involved. Like if just Chica then walks across, and then you have to wait for Mangle, and then Freddy might be
Yeah, and if
ultimately.
they just scam you over because you can't wind up Freddy.
Yeah, there's just a lot of luck involved. Level three, I feel like would be the worst one to speedrun. It sucks so bad.
Yeah.
God, level four doesn't seem like it'd be that hard. It's just a lot of waiting. Or not,
Yeah, no,
or
that one
not
wouldn't be that
waiting,
bad.
but like there's a lot of things you have to do with like calculating or what it was it called, calibrating, whatever it is.
Celebrating.
All the little mini games they have to do, maybe that just takes so long. I feel like that one's a big like time killer. The Ennard
It's
one, I
the
feel
Ennard
like
one.
it sucks, but I feel like once you get used to it, you can easily speedrun it. I
Probably.
feel like it's super easily speedrunnable. If you know the exact path to get to that desk, it's so easily speedrunnable.
That is true.
And then yeah, and then what's the sixth one? That one I feel like it'd be a pain. Um,
Yeah, I could just imagine how much of a pain that one would be.
God, I hated that freaking little Shadow Freddy mini game. It was so annoying. Uh,
Yeah.
and even like just like I don't even know, man. It was just yeah. I just wanted to be done with the game once I got to like the sixth level.
Fair enough.
It was a fun game though. I liked it. Editing it, was cool.
Yeah.
But
I feel like I'm gonna end up
I've never
editing
played it
the new
again.
Bendy game before I ever end up editing that.
Fair enough. You're gonna play it?
Oh heck yeah, I'm gonna
All right.
get I they're releasing the whole game at once with this one. You don't have to
Oh,
wait for the chapters, so like, I might as well play it.
I see. If you don't mind, can I be in the call when you play it? Because I probably won't watch anyone else play it.
Sure.
Yay, more backseat gaming.
Heck yeah. Which is probably a good thing because if I'll probably forget what I'm supposed to do at some point, and then you'll be like,
Yeah.
"Shan, you idiot! You need to go here."
I wouldn't call you an idiot. Well, I might, but I wouldn't say it in a mean way.
You'd probably be like, "You ADHD motherfricker."
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. I get to backseat game and help you, and it'll probably make me care about the game a lot more.
Yeah.
Because if I just watch Jack play, I'm like, okay, cool. But if he
I
even
mean, the
plays it.
trailer looks really good. I'm hoping the game is as high quality as the trailer looked.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, 2 weeks. And it'll come out freaking before Thanksgiving. God damn.
It's just so the it just confuses me so much, like
Yeah.
they released a trailer like 3 years ago. Then we're like, actually, we're going to release the game all at once, so you don't have to wait for the chapters. And then out of nowhere, just like, hey, here's another trailer. It releases in 2 weeks. It's like what?
Freaking. Yeah, like I said, do the FNAF 6, man.
Yeah, but like, I still think it's different because like with FNAF 6, it was free. This thing's definitely not gonna be free.
Yeah.
So I feel like,
Well, and also we didn't get a trailer for it. We were just handed it out of nowhere.
yeah, that too. Like, I think that the fact that they did this is weird, but still cool. But at the same time, I gotta worry for the Meatly's wallet.
Do we really care what happens to his wallet?
I mean, I care about the Meatly's wallet. I don't care about Mike Mood's wallet.
Okay, they both start with M, so I kind of think they're the same person half the time.
Yeah, no, Meatly is the guy who originally came up with Bendy. He's the puppet guy. And Mike Mood is his partner with it. And Mike Mood is the one who was a big jerk to the employees and stuff, so.
Gotcha. Okay.
Some people said the Meatly was a jerk too, but there's like no confirmation on that one. So I choose to believe the Meatly is nice.
Yeah, fair enough, man. I don't blame you.
Because he just seems nice. Mike Mood's never particularly seemed like anything, so.
He just seemed like corporate asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, for the sake of the Meatly, even if it's not because of the money side of things, just because, he cares about Bendy, even if Mike Mood doesn't, I hope it does well.
Yeah. Hopefully the game's good, especially since people have been waiting for this for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally forgot Bendy exists because it was a big thing for like probably like 2 years, I'd say.
Yeah, it was probably like
it was
2
more
years.
than a year. I know that it was like 2 years, 2.5 years maybe. But then it kind of just like fell off the face of the earth. I think after what was that other game they made that just flopped completely? And everyone said it was dog crap?
What was it called?
I don't remember.
Showdown Bandit.
Yeah, ever since they made that, I feel like everyone just like completely abandoned them and forgot about them.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
it just flopped so bad.
I
had never watched. I don't know
not go
anything
well.
about the game. I have not watched a single anything of it. I don't even think the people I watch even upload. Well, the only one I watch now is just Jacksepticeye, but I don't even think he played the game.
Pretty sure I watched Fusion play it, and I was just so bored the whole time.
Yeah, I just heard it flopped so bad, and it was just like
It was so bad that they don't even acknowledge its existence anymore.
Yeah, I feel like after that,
You can't play the game anymore.
Really.
Well, if you got somebody to send you a copy of theirs, you could, but like
It's not downloadable.
they just deleted it and they don't acknowledge its existence anymore. If like you check their sites, it's like the creators of Bendy. Like it doesn't mention Showdown Bandit anywhere.
That's funny. Yeah, but I feel like after they made that, everyone just kind of just took them out of their mind and just kind of like forgot about their existence. I feel like they just kind of got like the equivalent of ghosted as a company.
Yeah.
Because I just forget Bendy exists at all anymore. No one talks about it.
Yeah. Well, they had to shut down the entire second half of their studio because of Showdown Bandit. Because they had it split into two parts. They had Joey Drew Studios and they had Kindly Beast Studios. Joey Drew was working on Dark Revival for Bendy, and
Yeah.
Kindly Beast was working on Showdown Bandit. After Showdown Bandit failed, they just had to get rid of Kindly Beasts completely. I feel bad for them, but at the same time, I just didn't care about it.
Yeah. I wonder what the Dark Revival is going to be about. I have not watched a single trailer of it for obvious reasons. Uh,
Honestly, even if you watch the trailer, it's not obvious because they're like, "Oh, it's not a sequel, it's not a prequel." So it's like, "What the frick is this? Is this like an AU?" But the trailer like hints to things that happened before, and now it's just like, "Okay, we have no clue what the heck this is supposed to be." So we'll have to wait till the game comes out to even understand what's going on.
gotcha. Yeah, that. I mean, I'm pretty sure if someone says it's not a sequel or a prequel, then I feel like it has to be like an AU. I don't think there's any other option.
Yeah, that's what I assume. It's just weird. Well, we'll find out eventually, though,
yeah.
how it's supposed to be connected, if it's even meant to be connected.
Well, I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
You can't
I
put
mean,
like bendy blah 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 and not have it be connected to the original.
yeah, exactly.
Like heck, even freaking the FNAF novels, the Silver Eyes and all those were connected in some ways to the games, even though they were not
Yeah.
supposed to be.
And we had the Bendy books, which, connected to the original Bendy game, and
I did not know
there's
that.
we've seen references to it in the trailer, I believe. So
I did not know there
yeah,
was
no,
bendy books.
there's like four Bendy books, but only two of them were really important.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
One
did
of
not.
them was about the studio shutting down and everything, and the other was like during the prime of the studio.
Yeah, I did not understand the lore of that game at all. It just was a mess.
I should probably try to explain it to you before I play Dark Revival.
Yeah.
Even
Eh,
then, you have to take everything I say with a grain of salt because even with the understanding of stuff, it still is weird.
gotcha. Well, anyways, how much we got? Hour 7. Think that's long enough.
It's probably good.
All right. Yeah, I'm hungry anyway. So,
I'm actually a little hungry as well. I'm gonna go get a peanut butter sandwich after this, I think.
all right. Well, thank you for listening. People watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And no one ever leaves comments on these things, but if you feel like you want to, leave a comment down below. And yeah, see you in the next podcast. Bye bye.
Ah, remember, a Glizia Day keeps the Shan Man away.